what do you feel are the things that contractors are doing wrong when it comes to marketing?
Man, where do I start? No, I'm just kidding. Love you guys. Let's see. What are they doing wrong?
I want to frame this just purely as an educational piece. You are the expert in this, and so yeah, it's not a you're doing this wrong. You're doing this wrong. It's more just like, hey, you are the guy to that we look to for education on this. So where are the things that as contractors we can start fixing?
So I'm just, trying to think of like the clients that come to us when we first start working with them. We onboarded 2 new clients yesterday. So I'm just trying to put this in like real world terms. And I would say pretty much across the board, it's like being too tactical and not strategic. So it's like, hey, I ran this Facebook ad and it didn't generate any results. Or another one of the DMs I have in my inbox right now from a roofing company owner asking about like automation and CRMs and whatnot. That might be the right question, but he's asking me my opinion about this certain solution. And so I'm going to respond to him and be like, well, like, why? Like, what do you think you're missing in your business right now? Like, is it really that you're missing, like you need automation, or do you need more leads or sales? Like he was kind of all over the place. And I think that when you're all over the place, it's too easy to be tactical, and just look at like these myopic, like narrow focused solutions where I think everyone, including myself, like I had a coaching call yesterday where one of my coaches asking me some tough questions about, what I want and why. And it's like, I don't know, I gotta, put pen to paper and go figure those things out. So that's the biggest one. I know it's not like the most pointed answer, but it's like, get clear on what you want and then be strategic. It's like, what's the ideal client for you? Like that. And we go through this, like the first step we go through with all of our clients, pillar number 1 of the marketing machine. We have 5 pillars. Pillar number 1 is that foundation, getting clear on your ideal, like perfect projects, the perfect clients. So the thing is, like, when you're not doing any marketing, right? When you're just like kind of taking whatever comes your way or whatever, you're just kind of running around chaotically. You're at the mercy sometimes of taking whatever comes your way. That might be a 20 square roof that's an hour away that you don't want to deal with, but like you don't have a big pipeline, so you're going to go deal with that. Or if you focus on roofing and then Mrs. Jones asks you to do her siding as well, you might be like, yeah, I'll do it because I want to make her happy. But like, there's no strategy behind that. Like that's actually a detriment to your business. And so getting clear on your ideal prospects, your ideal client, like who are those perfect clients that you want? What are those perfect projects that you got awesome crews for, that you can get materials for, that you can crank out efficiently, that you make good profit on, and you get great referrals from. So like that's the biggest thing that I see is there's no clarity around like what do you actually want besides more and better are like, that's a starting point, but that's not going to get you what you want, yeah.
I got another question too. This is something I see all the time of people try new things. They have this new strategy and then they try it out for a couple of weeks, a month, and then they give up on it. So what is the appropriate amount of time that you should stick to something, like a marketing strategy, and tweak it and try to work on it until you deem it, not useful or until you scrap it?
That's an awesome question. It's going to differ by channel. And so there's a few variables on this. And I actually posted that post I wrote yesterday inside the Revolt group was about this. It's like, how do you know you're hiring a marketing company that's actually going to get you great results? Or if you're doing it yourself, like to answer your question, like how long should you try something? Number 1 is like, you've got to define success. What is success and how do we measure it? All right. So whether you're doing it yourself, it's like, we're going to try Facebook ads. Like, what is success? What do we want out of it? Do we want 10 leads a week? Want 40 leads a week? Like, what is that? Are we looking for brand awareness? Are we doing it for recruiting? Like, what is success and how are we going to measure that? If you're working with a marketer or marketing agency, marketing person, whatever, that's helping you do this stuff, which I know is like most people out there, especially this time of year in March, like you're looking to, hire the right marketing company to help you hit your goals this year. The number one question to ask them is, what is your strategy? What is your process for continually analyzing and adjusting the data so that we're not doing Facebook ads for 2 months and spending 10 grand a month or 5 grand, $1 grand a month, whatever it is, until we have a meeting about this and say, oh, did it work or not? It's like, no, you should have a weekly tracking mechanism that you're tracking weekly, whether it's SEO, Google ads, Facebook ads, direct mail, where you can look at that data on a weekly basis and say, this is working great. Let's keep going. This is not working at all. Let's kind of go back to the drawing board. Or the most typical answer is, this is working pretty well, but we can make these adjustments to make it work better. And then next week, we're going to hop in again and look at the data and see, and then improve from there. And so what we found is like daily is too frequent. Monthly check-ins and data analysis is way too long. Weekly is a good cadence. Like that's a good realistic cadence to be able to look at the data and say, hey, we're on the right track. We're going to make adjustments. It's the same thing in sales, right? You have sales meetings every week. What do? You go over objections. You go over people. Why are people hesitant? Why do people go with us? What questions are people asking? How can we improve our sales process to close more deals? It's the same thing with marketing. It's like looking at that data. It might be digital data and not that qualitative data from door to door or whatever, but you've got to be looking at it on a weekly basis. So how long to stick with something? Just give a blanket answer for any sort of strategy. You're going to know, you should know if you're analyzing and adjusting within 30 days, if this is something that's going to be fruitful for you. I know things like SEO, it takes a little bit of time. I would say 90 days max. Like if you're working with a marketing company or marketer or whatever, and it's been 90 days and they're like, yeah, Diego, like, I'm still not sure. Let's just try to test these few things. Or I think we need to spend more money to really get some good data in. If it's been 90 days and they're still pulling that crap, then run, like done. Like 90 days is plenty to see like what, if something's going to be successful. So that's my answer.